So guys, welcome back to this channel. This thing that is happening in Nigeria is too much. It's too much. People are really suffering. I made a live video yesterday talking about how this Yoruba Union calls for Tinubu'S resignation and solicit support for fearless in October. Now, protest over hardship, fuel price hike, and this is what these guys are planning because they are telling Tinubu to resign. I made that live video yesterday, and it wasn't everybody that actually watched it because I didn't post the video. Yes, I didn't post the video. Now I want you guys to come together now and watch this video. Watch this video now. These people, look at what they are saying about this Tinubu's resignation. They are very serious about that, and these guys, they are very angry. They are planning a protest in October. They tagged it fearless in October, because of the fuel price hike, and they want to protest over hardship in Nigeria. Yes, hardship is in Nigeria because people are suffering. People are suffering. In fact, if you have not eaten, how can you even buy fuel? Fuel now is 1,300. You can imagine somebody that's on his inaugural day, that was when he removed fuel subsidy, and he was even saying that fuel is not going to pass 700 naira. But look at where we are today. Look at where we are today. 1,300 naira, and it's still rising. It's still rising like BTC. It's still rising. It's not stable. It's still rising. We are not even sure of how much it will become tomorrow. You can imagine. Things are really happening in Nigeria, and these guys, this Yoruba Union, they are called for Tinubu's resignation. I just want you guys to, listen attentively to what they said in that video. Watch this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. But please, if you are new to this channel, just do well to subscribe, like, and also drop your comments below. I'll see you guys in my next video.
It's given a fundamental right. There is no relationship between exercising the right to protest and treason. Treason is forcefully taking over the control of governmental machinery or taking over the control of the system. But asking for a better government, asking that you are tired of the way and manner the government is being run, cannot and should not be close to treason. It's just like day and darkness, day and light. Treason is a crime. Protest is a right. So there is no way they are in any way connected. They are not connected in any way.
Seun, do you feel that, considering what has happened in the past week, that it's clear-cut what treason is and what peaceful protest is? And do you feel at any point the protesters moved over to being guilty of a crime?
No, I've not seen any crime being committed by the people. The only crime constantly, is that committed by the elites and both political and business against the Nigerian people. That is what should be treasonous, and we as Nigerians must understand class consciousness. When you called me an activist, I was like, because I believe I'm truly a revolutionary. I'm looking to really change this country, not reform it, but to really change the system, because we have to be class conscious to understand that we as the people, the working class, the poor people, we are different from the rich people. The social contract of this country that they say we were running since 1999 is that these rich people will take all the resources, all the opportunities, every government incentive goes to them. And from this largesse, they will in turn invest in the economy, in the infrastructure, in society at large, in our education, in our healthcare, and they will bring it to the reach of the common man. Even if it is private, they will pay him the wage he needs to access those services. But they've never employed enough people to be able to afford the few that they've built, and they've not even made the wage livable so that we can afford these services. So this is the failure. This is the treason in itself that nobody talks about. So when they say there's treason, it's the way they run politics, like the way Wike express loyalty for Fubara, and that one is refusing to respect him. He is a traitor. So since you don't bow down and the people come outside to speak against them, the people are definitely traitors. Not traitors to Nigeria, but traitors to the individuals that have privatized our public institutions.
Now, I'm going to move to you, Festus, and are Nigerians right in their demands for good governance and these things that that Seun has mentioned, because this government promises renewed hope, and they've said that some of these painful decisions need to be taken now in order for us to benefit from the better infrastructure, the jobs, the opportunities to live, earn a good wage. So, and should Nigerians be patient and wait for these dividends of democracy to yield, or should we be looking to protest?
When a government has failed in its primary responsibility to protect the life of the people and provide basic amenities for them, why should the people be quiet? I believe that protest at any time is justified in this country. It is even more justified because in spite of the 10-day protest that we held last month, the government has not learnt any lesson. Was it not last week that the government charged 10 of the protesters to court for treason? The same government of Nigeria was charging them to court for demanding an end to bad governance. It's in the charge, clearly. Charging protesters to court for demanding an end to bad governance. You are charging protesters to court for simply asking that Tinubu must go. They said that is a crime. When a government elected over a year has failed abysmally, why should the people not demand that you should leave office? That is the question we are asking ourselves. Why should the people not demand? So a government that criminalizes complaints of its citizens do not have the right to tell the citizens to be patient, because the government has never been patient in spending recklessly. You want our people to be patient, but you have close to 50 ministers. Want our people to be patient. There is no reduction in the cost of governance. Reckless spending here and there. Those that have held our country to ransom by the failure to deliver the dividend of democracy do not have that right to ask our people to be patient. So I believe strongly that the Nigerian government does not listen to the Nigerian people. The only language that the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu understands is protest. If we are speaking English on TV, they will not listen to us. That's the truth. You write on newspaper, they will not listen. You rant on social media, they will not listen. But when you take your placard out there to say you want to protest, you see they begin to hold emergency meeting. The emergency meeting they have failed to hold in few weeks now. They've not held any emergency. But the day Nigeria come out to say, look, we are tired of this suffering. We are tired of queuing in a country that produces, has abundance of oil. We are tired of queuing. We are tired of suffering. We are tired of the whole pain and hardship. You see that they begin to panic. So it appears to me that the only language the Nigerian government understands is protest. And if that is the language they understand, I think we should speak loudly to their hearing.
Seun, is that the language we should be speaking? Should protest become our regular form of communication with this government? Or should we explore other means, like Festus has said, like speaking here on TV, writing, engaging, writing in the newspapers? Is protesting enough? And will it get the ears of the people who lead us?
I'm going to paraphrase Martin Luther King. I'm not sure exactly how he said it, but he said something like, I would rather live in a war zone, right, that is just, than live in a peaceful place where there are no rights. Because there's nothing more peaceful than an unjust society where everybody have accepted their fate. They have accepted to be oppressed. So they keep quiet. So the oppressors can just do what they like. I mean, up to 10 years ago, Nigerians were the most resilient people in the world. They were giving us polls of how we are the happiest people in the world. Nobody came to give us award for it. But now that we want to start speaking up for the betterment of ourselves, we are being charged and called. But what I would say to Nigerians, though, protest is not enough. As he said, I see protest as, a child to a loving parent complaining, oh, daddy, mommy, I don't want to eat this. And the mommy, because he cares, and the daddy and mommy cares. But these people don't care. That's why I don't preach protest only. I also preach mass organization. because we, the people, must also organize ourselves for power. It is not enough that we are protesting that we don't like what they do. We must also be sending the signals that we are ready to replace them, not with another version of themselves as we did before, from PDP to APC, but with a new people's movement, powered by the people, with workers from, representatives from our side of the divide, from the working people, from the poor people, to rule this country for our own benefit. So it's not enough that people even want to protest. Protest is the beginning of this dance. You know, the real party starts when we begin to mass mobilize and mass organize into a socialist identity to release this country from this capitalist nonsense that we're experiencing. I mean, look at what we are going through in Nigeria today, and they are releasing pictures of our executives in Saint-Tropez. It's all over the social media. All of them enjoying their life at this period in time of the country. You know, so it shows that we are not in the same reality. Nobody, these people, although they are saying we are all for sacrifice, and even to the president, I will say, the fact that he says that these decisions he's making are tough decisions is also a misnomer. It's propaganda. You know, it is well oiled. You know, and it is for the professionals, you know, the journalists, to help them spin this nonsense that is going on. You know, because to be tough, right, means to compete or challenge your equals. Right? That's, if you are beating your child, that doesn't make you tough. But when you fight your mates, that's toughness. Right? To beat your child is wicked. So to heap suffering on Nigerian people, on poor people, on the workers, on the masses of the citizens, to say, okay, we want to get to the bottom of the subsidy regime. We want to see why it did not work. When he tackles people in his own class and brings them to book, this oil situation would have been solved if that was the route we went through. You know, but instead, he decided to be wicked, and they call wickedness toughness. No. I want to see a president that is tough in this country. I truly want to see a tough president that can truly stand up, straighten his spine, and face the true issues of this country. I want to see that tough president, but it doesn't exist today. Nobody should be saying this wickedness is toughness. No. This renewed hope that you said before, I'm going to tell you no, is renewed scope, as we say on the streets.